Okay guys, so what we're going to look at now are graphs of a linear function. Now this is something you already did last year. You did this in year 1. Okay, so we're just going to be revising what you did last year at this point. Okay, I know it's been a little while. Now, when we're talking about a linear function, linear means that we have a straight line. Okay, and how do we know that a function is linear? Well, a function is linear when it is in the form of y equals ax plus b. Okay, so x is just x, okay, there's no squared or anything else on it, and the same for the y. The y is just y, there's no other things happening to the x or the y. Okay, and we can have different values for a and b. Now we're going to look at that in more detail later. For now, what we're just going to look at is how to graph a function that's in this form. Okay, so let's start with just doing an example. So let's say we have y equals 2x plus 1. Okay, how do we do this? What do we do? All right, now what I always want you to do with these is we always start by making what we call an XY table, okay? And sorry, when I say what we always want you to do, this is for now, okay? You guys are in year 2. We're going to start you with a different way of doing this year, okay? But this is what you would have done last year with it, okay? So you would have started with an XY table, okay? So we have an X and a Y. This is your XY table. Okay, now when you make your XY table, I want to see always 4 values in that table. Okay, the reason I want you to do 4 is, we're going to do a little sketch over here. Let's say you do 2 points. So this one and this one, and you join them. Okay, you've just graphed your lines, so you pick 2. Okay, but what if one of them's wrong? How do you know which one it is? So if this one on the right is wrong, yeah, we have no idea of knowing. If this one on the left is wrong, we also don't know. Okay, so we will never know if we've done them wrong or right. We just have our straight line. Okay, let's say we did 3 points. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. You can see that one of them is wrong. But which one? Okay, so in this case, we could have a line going like this, where this is the wrong one. Okay, we could have a line going like this, where this is the wrong one. Okay, or we could have a line that actually goes like this, where this is the wrong one. Okay, so 3 points also doesn't tell us that we've got the right coordinates. All right, now, but instead, what if we have a 4th point? And the 4th point is here. Well, in a better spot there. Let's say the 4th point is here. Then, wow, you can see straight away this is wrong. Okay, if the 4th point was instead here. Whoops. I don't know where that ruler just came from. Go away. Okay, if the 4th point was here, then you can see this one is wrong. Okay, and if the 4th point is here, then you can see this one is wrong. Okay, so we always do 4 points to make sure that you get that right. Now, I always like to do 0 and 1. Basically, you can pick whatever you like, but I always like to do 0 and 1. And then to make it easy to remember, I pick a negative number, so usually -2 or -1. And then say 4. Okay, so you can easily remember it as 2014 and just put a negative in front of the 2. All right, so to do this, we now have to substitute. And I want to see you guys doing this properly at this point. Okay, this is what you should have been doing last year. So we start with if x equals, and I do the easy ones first, so 0. Y equals, and remember we have 2x plus 1, so 2, and we substitute 0 for x. Instead of writing x, we're going to write 0. So 2 times 0 plus 1. 2 times 0 is 0 plus 1, so we just get 1. All right, if x equals, and our next one is going to be 1. y equals 2. And you'll see sometimes I'll write 2 times with a times, sometimes I'll write it like this with a bracket. Okay, when you substitute, you can also substitute by putting a bracket in, that's fine. So 2 times 1 plus 1, which is 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1, which gives us 3. Okay, if x equals 4, y equals 2 times 4 plus 1, 2 times 4 is 8, so we get 9. And if x equals minus 2, y equals 2 times minus 2 plus 1, which is minus 4 plus 1, which is minus 3. Okay, so we now have these lovely this lovely table filled in, and we can write coordinates. So this coordinate is minus 2, minus 3. This one is 0, 1. This one is 1, 3. And this one is 4, 9. Okay, what we can now do is graph these on a coordinate plane. Now I'm doing this on a computer screen. Actually, I'll do it over here because then we have space. Okay, it's a little bit hard for me to do this accurately because I am on a computer. Okay, you guys should be a bit neater and tidier with this than me. Remember that we always try to put our axes on the grid line. Okay, always put your arrows on the end, okay, because these grid lines go forever. These axes go forever. They don't just stop at the end of the page, they keep going. All right, and you should always label your points. Okay, they should be evenly spread out. Nicely like this. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you will see I put the numbers on the left of the y-axis, and that's because usually most of our work is in this top right. Okay, so we always put the numbers below and to the left, and we have a 0 here. Okay, please do not ever write 0 like this. This is not writing 0, that's circling the axis. That's not correct. Please don't do it. Okay, so we can now plot our points. So we have 0, 1, so that's here. We have minus 2, minus 3, which is down here. We have 1, 3, and we have 4, 9, and 6, 7, 8, 9. In my case, it's going to be off the screen, so we'll put it up here. Okay, and then what I can do now is I can draw a line that joins all of these. Okay, and we have just drawn our line. Now your line should continue past the points, and then we finish it off with arrows, because again, this goes on forever, and we then need to label it y equals 2x plus 1. Okay, this is how we graph a line. All right, this can be done with any formula. All right, and I'm going to leave it at that for that one. I don't want to do any more of these right now because you can watch the video again, or you can try it yourself, which is actually what I want you to be doing. Okay, now we do need to talk about a few other things though. Okay, because what you're also going to see is questions like, given the line y equals 2x plus 6, is the point 4, 12 on this line. Okay, so this is another kind of thing you're going to see. Okay, and if you see this, you need to think about it and think about what you might do. So we have here a coordinate set. We have a coordinate. It's 4, 12. Remember, 4 is your x and 12 is your y. Now your formula also has in it an x and a y. Okay, so what we can do, we know that if the point's on the line, then this formula will work for these points. Okay, so we're going to write it out and test it. So y equals 2x plus 6. Now y in this coordinate was a 12, so we can put a 12 in for y. equals 2 times, and x was 4, so we can put 4 in, plus 6. All right, so 12 is equal to 2 times 4 is 8, plus 6. 12 is equal to 8 plus 6 is 14. Now, is that true? Well, no, it's not true. So we put a cross through the equals to say that this is 12 is not equal to. This means is not equal to. Okay, so we can say 12 is not equal to 14, therefore, and we write therefore with these nice 3 little dots, therefore this point is not on the line. And you must finish it off with a statement like this, because that's what the question was asking. The question wasn't asking you to do the calculation, even though the calculations are your working. You must finish it off with a statement. So I always want to see a set of working like this and a statement. Therefore, this point is not on the line. Okay, you might also get something like, given the line, we'll use the same one, y equals 2x plus 6, point A, and it's going to be, let's say, 3 comma B is on the line, calculate B. Okay, and we need to use a similar strategy. So we know that this is x and this is y. And we can substitute this in for x and y in our formula. So y in this case is b. So we're going to say b is equal to 2x, we said was 3, plus 6. Okay, so b is equal to 2 times 3 is 6, plus 6. So b is equal to 12. Okay, so in this case we have the point 3 comma 12. All right, you'll get a few different variations of this where you need to go through and solve it. Okay, so point B, we use points are always capital letters. C comma minus 2 is on the line. Calculate C. Okay, so let's have a look. We're using the same line here. So y equals 2x plus 6. Always start with your formula. We know that it was x comma y, so we're going to substitute those points in. I'm doing this a little bit quickly because I'm running out of time on my video. So y is minus 2 is equal to 2 times c plus 6. Okay, so minus 2 is equal to 2c plus 6. You know that your next step, if you've forgotten, we do the equations. We're going to solve this equation. So we're going to minus 6 from both sides. So minus 2 minus 6 is minus 8 is equal to, and we have 2c left here. All right, now to get c by itself, we need to divide by 2. Okay, and we get minus 8 divided by 2 is minus 4 equals c. And remember, we always finish off with c on the left, so we must change this around to c is equal to minus 4. Okay, so in this case we had the point minus 4 minus 2. Okay, any question that you're going to get will be some sort of variation of this. All right, good luck.